Hello there, and welcome to another week of the weekly support and clarity from Spirit for you. So, yeah, thank you very much for joining me. It's nice to be back after a few weeks of being sick with COVID. All back, pumped, and ready to get into some more work, some more clarity with spirit. Okay, beautiful. So yeah, thanks for joining me. We're doing this from the 3rd of October through to the 9th of October, Monday to the Sunday. And because I've missed out in a few weeks, I just want to dedicate this to my very good friend, Leela Walker, who is now back back at home, back with the beautiful arms of spirit. Okay, so just to let you know how I work, so I work with my guides. I ask them to come close and to give you what you need for the upcoming week, and any tips, techniques, exercises which may come along with that. Okay, so just give me a sec. I'll just tune in, seal off. We'll get straight into our work. Okay, it's funny. Like what they're saying is like there's a bit of a not an imbalance. I won't say that, but there's different opposing forces going on at the moment with quite a lot of people. They're saying actually right across the world, and this sort of thing about where is the right place to direct your energy? Where's the right place to start? Excuse me, walking to go towards. It's not really that thing about good or evil or good or bad or any of that sort of stuff. It's almost like there's a bit of a confrontation which is going across the board, in the air with quite a few people. And it's that thing where they're saying where, with this too, if you overthink and sort of overanalyze and try to overly tune in, and they're saying, muscle test and ask us and then do cards and then, use the pendulum and psychometry and all this other stuff. You're kind of overworking it as well. You're just overworking it in a metaphysical way instead of in an analytical way. And they're saying that this is actually, part of those two sides of people and that thing. And they're saying some of what you can actually do to allow some more freedom, some more flow, and to allow yourself to step with a little bit more confidence. They're saying you just start stepping. It's that thing about, yes, look at it from a very practical point of view, look at it from a logical point of view, look at it from an energy work or metaphysics point of view. Ask us, talk to us, ask us for help. They're saying that very, very clearly, because they will come in and help you with this, and they will help you to make, the right choice for you specifically. And this is why this is a little bit of a hard thing, because they're saying there's not a hard line answer across the board for any particular groups of people, for any particular areas, or that sort of thing. Everyone, it's incredibly individual. And they're saying by asking us for help, what we can then do is come in and help guide you towards you finding the best fit for you. Because this is interesting, they're saying, because in this too, there's actually many right paths at the moment for you. There's not like a yes path and a whole bunch of no paths. There's actually quite a few yes paths for you at the moment. And it's that thing about allowing yourself to, move through this they're saying, with confidence, with your heart being, they're saying full force or fully open is what they're talking about, but also just doing this in a smooth and easy manner. And always, they're saying always remember to do this with joy and to have fun and to try and just be happy with whatever you do. They're saying then once you start moving, you'll start to realize when you're directing your attention towards one side, it'll feel a bit heavy, a bit congested, or another side will feel a bit empty, yeah, and a little bit sort of not to your means or not fitting to you. So it's that thing about, allowing yourself to kind of zigzag if you want to, allowing yourself just to go for it a little bit. But they're saying also, just have in the back of your mind about, is this something in which it's just you're doing because it's comfortable, because it's easy as well. And I don't want to do your head in. They're saying the same thing, but it's just that thing about, okay, is this from comfort, or am I doing it because this is something that feels right. It's not that something that feels good. There's a little bit of trepidation. If it does feel good and there's a little bit of trepidation, well, they're saying you're just going into a new, which is good. But it's not something in which it feels easy and it feels, sort of like you've done it a bunch of times and that sort of thing. But even when I said that, I could feel a bit of congestion, a little bit of griminess around of that. So just that thing about just do your absolute best, ask for help along the way, and take one step at a time. And then congratulate yourself for what you're doing and for asking for help, asking for support, and listening to yourself along the way as well. So I'm going to get into the week and see what comes up there. Just give me a second. So Monday is very it's around your base actually, but it's actually about a clearing out. There's a bit of it's almost like there's a bit of tightness, there's a bit of sort of friction, restriction, that sort of thing around base, around your base energy, which is actually about moving forward. And it's about sort of, for right now, it is about moving forward, and it's about allowing yourself to understand and know that you've actually got to release a bit of stuff here as well. A bit of old patterns that have been there from the past, and sort of they're saying old paradigms or programs within your lineage as well. So it's about sort of breaking out a little bit more, which is coming into Tuesday actually. And this is that thing about, they're saying, like when things are a little bit, sort of, there is a little bit of trepidation. It is a little bit like, a little bit tentative with things. They're saying like, this isn't always a bad thing. It's that thing where, when you're doing something which is completely new, completely open, something you've never worked for before, something you've never actually gone into, it is a little bit new. So if anyone that drives a car can remember, the first 20 times, even the first 50 times they got into a car, it was actually that hesitancy there, a bit of trepidation, a bit of excitement, that sort of thing. So it's about doing this and just allowing yourself to go, right, I know that if I just do the best I can, it's going to work out in the best way possible for now. So it's actually about, allowing yourself to be centered, to be open, to be clear, and to keep moving through that as well, which gets on to Wednesday. It's funny because I've been feeling a bit of congestion around my throat with Wednesday and that sort of thing. But this is about alignment as well, because they're saying, watch out for what you're saying this week as well, with especially with work colleagues. They're saying it's about work colleagues, but it goes the whole week, not just Wednesday. That's where it's coming up. Wednesday is the strongest energy or the strongest point of the week where this can happen. But it's about being in alignment. Are you in alignment with what you're saying? Are you in alignment with, what you're doing and that sort of thing? And it's really about, it's not so much about being hard-lined, but it's just about recognizing where you are and what you're doing, and if this is really what you want to continue with for the future, which is getting on to Thursday actually. And Thursday they're talking about, this is about relationships. And it's a little bit about almost the relationship to yourself. And I was going like that because I could feel a little bit of churning, a little bit of changing within this as well. And they're saying, how do you talk to yourself? If you were to write all your thoughts down in a book, and then you were to give them to somebody else to read, and they read out exactly what you said. I'm not saying everybody, but sometimes with some people, and at some times, and they're saying, look, we've all done this at times, said some pretty harsh things to ourselves. So it's that thing about what you're really thinking about at the moment, how you're feeling about yourself, and how you're projecting yourself to another person is really how the future is going to be written for the next bit, whatever that is, until you start changing that. So it's really about that relationship within yourself and around people close to you. That's what it's about. So getting on to Friday, what's on Friday? So Friday is funny. Friday is about allowing yourself to be supported, but it's also about have you got your own back as well on Friday. So there's a difference between giving up and surrender. And giving up is like, oh, sorry, bugger it, this is too hard, I can't do this, I'm just going to let this go, that sort of thing. Whereas surrender, it's like, okay, I'm going to allow myself to flow here, and I'm going to know that wherever I have the confidence, wherever this takes me, I'm going to have the knowledge, or take the responsibility within myself and have the tools to be able to navigate my way through this. And it's about allowing things to unfold as well. So have you got your own back on Friday? And this is going over the weekend, they're telling me as well. This is getting on to Saturday. So Saturday, this is about openness, actually. And they're saying this is about actually listening to what's around you. So this could be things people are saying, this could be things that you're seeing around you, or this could be just new information that's coming in, that sort of thing. But it's about, instead of kind of go, oh, I've heard that before, that's no good, and just sort of throwing it away straight away, this is really about, sort of listening to it, listening to it, hearing it as well. And then you might even say to yourself, look, previously this has been something that hasn't worked for me, or it's been trash, or it's been something that's not in alignment, but how does it fit with me now? Instead of jumping onto it, which is going on to Sunday, this is about judgment, and this is all, it's about openness, and it's about sort of giving yourself, it's interesting, they're saying giving yourself a bit of a reprieve as well on Sunday. So giving yourself a bit of time out and a bit more openness and allowing things to flow through you. So if something does pop up that isn't in alignment, it's not about getting worked up about, or it's not about sort of trying to figure out or sort of naming it as trash or something that's good, or whatever the case, boxing it. It's about sort of allowing that to flow through you and recognize what emotions come up as that is flowing through you, as you're allowing yourself to surrender to whatever is coming through. Is it triggering you? Is it bringing up old stuff from the past? Is it making you feel tense or stressed or tight? Is it making you feel angry? This sort of thing, because they're going to be clues into, well, they're saying next week, but they're going to be clues into you realizing, how far along you've actually come and how far along you actually are, which, people, they're saying, we either overestimate or underestimate. But I feel like at the moment, this is a little bit in an underestimate sort of categories. You're not sort of realizing how extraordinary you are and how beautiful you are, and actually how much stuff you've been able to accomplish and what you've been able to do. Okay, so yeah, we're going to leave it there for the week. I want to thank you very much for joining me. Love it when you subscribe, comment, share me around, all that sort of stuff. I do also want to say a big thank you to all the people who are messaging me, who are leaving beautiful comments, as I have been quite crook over the last, sort of 4 or 5 weeks, about get well messages and things like that. Thanks very much for that. It was really cool, especially when I was feeling crap. It was just really nice just to read them and read the comments, and always put a smile on my face, and always, it was like, wow, this is beautiful. There is lots of support and lots of love around. If you allow it to come in, and very grateful for all of that. I want to thank you all very much. But yeah, if you want to contact me for a session of any sort, just check out my pages. They're all under the name davidmjohn.com or .com.au, Facebook, websites. That'll also bring you to my old Google page, Golden Lotus. But anyway, going on. Have a beautiful week. Good to see you. And I'll see you next week with some more awesome stuff. Okay, beautiful. Big love. See you then.